areas. Sun and clouds tomorrow, 54. Sunday, cloudy with a high close to 60. That might not get above 40 degrees for Monday and Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse's Clean Shop Promise. Mattress Warehouse is celebrating 32 years in the business with the grand opening of their 300th store. This week only, Mattress Warehouse invites their customers to celebrate. At the end of the week, the purchase of one lucky customer will be made free up to $5,000. Visit sleephappens.com or a store near you.
Whoa! Over the train tracks, it's 3-0 Atlanta.
Congratulations to the Atlanta Braves.
Is this happening? It is! The Atlanta Braves are world champions!
We are the home of the Braves, ESPN Asheville.
Hey, it's Mark Starling from First News on 570 for my friends over at Casablanca Cigar Bar. And I got to tell you, this is my new spot for business and for pleasure. Sam, Brooke, and Jackie will make sure all of your cigar and cocktail needs are taken care of. They have a wide selection of the finest cigars in every price point, and their selection of spirits and craft cocktails will have your taste buds watering. So whether it's a smoke and a cocktail at their Biltmore Village location or just a smoke at their new retail location in Hendersonville that has a gorgeous back patio, Casablanca Cigar Bars has all the relaxation you need.
Been thinking about natural biologic therapies to treat your chronic joint pain? Meet Tyler Vale, co-founder of QC Kinetics.
To me, it is such an easy decision. If you are truly looking to avoid surgery and not treat yourself with Band-Aids like steroids and pain meds, then really there is no other option, and that's what I love so much about what I get to do.
QC Kinetics offers a variety of restorative natural options to rejuvenate the tissue in your joints and give you your life back.
When they come back a few months later, and it's so affirming to see their quality of life change in such a positive way.
Are you tired of the joint pain that keeps you from living your best life? Call QC Kinetics to learn more about these exciting restorative and regenerative options.
And you've been looking for an answer, something to avoid surgery. I'm just giving you the answer you've been looking for. QC Kinetics. Kinetics is energy in motion. We want to keep you in motion.
Get your free consultation today with QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517 in Asheville and Greenville. Call 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517.
You went online to switch your car insurance to Progressive so you could save money. But then you saw a friend request from an old summer camp buddy. And now here you are, clicking through photos of his kickball team from 2011. Looks like they won the championship that year. Then he moved to Tulsa. Oh, a new tattoo. Yes, they said it was easy to save hundreds on car insurance with Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National average savings by new customer surveyed who saved in 2019.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Napa know-how.
Right now, a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil is only $19.99. It's the hottest deal of the year for the coldest time of the year. So if you're in your car right now, there's no need to turn on the heat. I'm about to read this sizzler again. That's Napa full synthetic for a hot $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations, does not include taxes and fees. Advertised sale price not available in some states. Offer ends 12/31/21.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
Says quarterback Cam Newton will start Sunday's game against Washington. It'll be Newton's first start since rejoining the Panthers, and he'll face his old Carolina coach, Ron Rivera. Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield will start Sunday against the Lions. He's been dealing with right knee, along with left foot and shoulder injuries. ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr.
Playing through what he has shows how tough he is, and he hasn't had, obviously, the players around him. You think about that offensive line that Bill Callahan's tried to piece together because of the injuries there. Guys playing it normally wouldn't or shouldn't be. The injuries to the running backs, the receiver situation.
Browns running back Nick Chubb comes off the COVID-19 list today. That means he should be able to play. He missed last week's game against the Patriots after testing positive. The Warriors are playing on the second night of a back-to-back tonight against the Pistons. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, and Otto Porter Jr. will all be out The Warriors have the NBA's best record at 13-2. We've got an NBA doubleheader on ESPN tipping off at 7:30 Eastern, Celtics and Lakers in Boston, followed by the Suns and Mavericks in Phoenix. NASCAR will resume holding practice and qualifying sessions for all 3 of its national series next year.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword EASY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's EASY to 200-200.
In the heart of Beer City, USA, 2 men, 1 journey to create a sports show unlike any other. Unfiltered, raw, and honest. One of them played a soccer goalie opposite Ben Stiller. The other once scored 6 points on Steph Curry. These guys know their shit. Let's go! Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene, The Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings. And Wicked Weed Brewing. Drink different.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400 AM, and heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, and of course seen everywhere on your device on YouTube. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click on the live video link, join us in the chat. Best way to get in immediate touch with the program here is through the chat. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, you can't chat with us. And then you can also join the House of Reprehensibles. Have you fixed the name yet?
No, I'll do it after the show today. It takes 2 days to upload, so it just basically sits there for 2 days. Well, we have no show tomorrow, so
this is very true. The membership group, the House of Reprehensibles, you can join that as well. You can do the super chat thing as well, and we'll say it on the air as long as it'll pass muster with the FCC. It is a Friday afternoon, and we've got all the games to pick. We're going to play Beat the Chief coming up in the 4 o'clock hour.
I've got so many things for you. I've got another Mike Tyson story. Mike Tyson's apparently lost his mind, and he's just saying everything when it comes to his brain. Mm-hmm. I also have a story about poo.
Oh, wonderful.
And how it could change the world.
Really?
And at the end of this show, I have a 10-team parlay that will take $10. 10. That's the same number of fingers that you have on both hands. It will take that many U.S. dollars and turn it into $30,000.
Wow. Hopefully you're going to hit one of these.
All I got to do is hit one.
All you got to do is hit one to pay off the whole season.
Hit one, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
Hit one, and the season is a great success.
Jeremy will have his double shot green on green coming up at the end of each hour. Last night went pretty well. Green on green picks.
Things have been going well. If you got in on the Monkey Knife Fight yesterday,
yes,
you're welcome.
Yep.
That was free money. Mac Jones stayed under 249.5 passing yards, and Matt Ryan passed his 1.5. He beat that on the 3rd play of the game.
He did.
Free money play of the week. 5 new members of the Monkey Knife Fight yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They're winning so far this weekend.
Yep.
No matter what, you're winning so far.
And you can join the winning as well at monkeyknifefight.com. Use the promo code TANK, T-A-N-K. They will match your initial investment up to $50 and give you a $5 free play. And we give you the free money play every day of the week, or of the work week anyway, right here on ESPN Asheville and thesportsocracy.com. So Dan Patrick, he caused a little bit of a scuttlebutt in the sports world this afternoon.
Dan Patrick said a thing. He apparently has a source that has said a 12-team college football playoff is possible for next year.
Yes.
It is a go. There's no doubt we're going to 12.
Yes.
This is according to a source of Dan Patrick. But they want to get it done for next season. If it's not approved in December, the playoff will not go to 12 teams until 2025. Mm-hmm. Do you know what that tells me?
We are going to 12 next year.
That's exactly right. It's exactly right. They're going to 12 teams next year. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
There's a very simple reason why. Because there is no nice tidy way that the college football season is going to end. There's not one. Oh, but what if Georgia and Ohio State and Oregon win out? Still not nice and tidy.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you're going to have a 2-loss Alabama team that what do you do with? What do you do with it? Do you let Cincinnati in?
No.
No is the answer. But there are a lot of people that don't believe that. Oh, wait. Who does Cincinnati play this week? It's
SMU.
Have that pick for you later in this here program.
Mm-hmm. No, you don't.
But there's no nice, tidy way to do this.
You don't let Cincinnati in. Notre Dame would be the closest. Oklahoma State, if they ran out the table, I think they would have a decent case for getting in.
I think they have zero case for getting in.
Really?
No.
As a one-loss Big 12 champion.
The Big 12 is just not that good. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just not that good. I don't really think if Oregon didn't have a win over Ohio State, I would say they have no right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. You won the Pac-12. Who was the second best team in that? Utah.
Arizona State.
Utah plays Oregon this week?
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
For those of you new to the program, the bell means that will be one of the picks in the ending segments of this show.
The 12-team playoff should happen. It's going to happen. If it doesn't happen in 2023, it'll happen in 2025. They will expand.
It's going to happen now because you've bound yourself into this corner, and the conference realignments are going to force it. The Big 12 has gutted the AAC.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's the problem. It's the exact opposite problem of what you're going to hear any other person say. The way it's currently, the way that the realignment is currently constituted, there would never be a group of 5 team in, even in the discussion.
Really?
Ever. Look at what these conferences look like. The Sun Belt is without a doubt the best group of 5 school. Do you really think Appalachian State would ever be in contention for that? No.
Probably not.
Has Coastal Carolina ever been close? No. And so now you've got the group of 5s going, hey, this is our only way in. The only opposition you'll get to this is Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what gets them on board? Leave them out. Leave them out one time. And they're about to.
Yeah.
I have a funny feeling that if Cincinnati wins this week, they're going to get in the playoff.
Really?
Yes. I've broken this down every way I can find to break it down. Alabama would have to lose on a walk-off field goal. That's the only way you can let them in. Over Oklahoma State, who would have 2 theoretical wins over Oklahoma,
mm-hmm.
who at that point we would think very little of, but we're not there yet. And to let them in over Cincinnati and whoever else. Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's the disaster theory. And so now all of these entities have come together and go, there's no way for us to win this. Short of we get exactly what we need, which is about a 7-way this team loses, this team wins theory. There is going to be somebody at the end of this that is legitimately angry,
mm-hmm.
and it may cost you money. It may cost you money. Because if you leave Cincinnati out as an undefeated, they did what you asked, we beat a team that was competitive to get in the playoff, those group of 5 school fans, the fear is that they won't watch. Out of some sign of I think the numbers would go down. I really do.
I don't.
I really do. Because this is the first UCF. Oh, it was always cute. It's that fun little story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Your best win was East Carolina. Yeah, I think we're good on that. I think universally, you can say you're outraged out loud, but deep down, you know that if Central Florida had played Alabama, they would have gotten beat by 60.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first team you look at and go, I don't think you'd get beat that bad. You could get beat. It would be that bad.
How much would you say they lose?
It depends on who you're asking.
I'm asking you, if Cincinnati gets left out of the playoff, how much viewership do you think they lose?
I mean, it's going to be fractional. But here's the thing with college football. You can't afford to lose anything. This is not the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
This is the world that we live in. And that's the broader scale topic here is, this is the world that we live in. You want to know what every decision is based off of now? Eyeballs in every sport except the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL, leave. You'll be back. Trust me, we'll leave your seat warm because, I'm not going to watch because of blank.
Right.
It's weird how you watch those people's social medias and they're either very angry or very happy on Monday morning, and it's almost always tied to the result of their team.
Right.
We know you're not going anywhere. College football, nope. Yeah, the ratings are good, but they could be better.
Mm-hmm.
They could be better. The money's good. $450 million bowl revenue. Could be better. Could be better if we had, tie-ins to these the second-tier bowls, and that's where everybody goes. Money could be better.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it all goes back to, and that's where we're at. This is
so you
going
think
to happen.
they will let Cincinnati in to the playoff for fear of losing viewers?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if they don't let them in, there's going to be a very vocal portion of college football fans going, you're really trying to sell me on Oklahoma State or Oregon, who has looked terrible at times?
Yeah, what's your excuse? I mean, that's a Power 5 team that's looked terrible.
It doesn't matter.
Cincinnati's looked terrible.
It does not matter. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I've said time after time after time. The difference right now between the AAC, the Big 12, the ACC, and the Pac-12 is not nearly what you want to make it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even close to what you want to make. I would argue probably to the death the AAC is better than the Pac-12. And I don't really think it's all that close.
Between Cincinnati, Houston, and who? SMU?
SMU. East Carolina's pretty good. East Carolina would probably be the 7th best team in the Pac-12. I did this earlier. It got grosser than I thought it was. Okay. And that's the problem. Now you've got such obvious juggernauts with the SEC and the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't just have those two conferences represented.
Right.
Because then ACC fans, they're out. Not saying they won't watch it. There's a percentage that will. There's a percentage that won't.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're trying to be inclusive. And how can we get all of the eyeballs? We get everybody in. Do you realize how ridiculous the number would be for take the group of fives out because they don't bring a number like that?
Okay.
Just look at the standings for this year.
Yep.
And I'm looking at the most recent playoff ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize how big the number would be for Ole Miss and Cincinnati? It would be insane for one specific reason. Ole Miss is a popular SEC team.
Mm-hmm.
They are an SEC team. I really didn't have to go popular. They're just an SEC team that's playing one of those little Cinderella stories. And a lot of us would watch it in the hopes that they beat them by 50.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you I'm one of those people.
I'd watch it.
And you look at that and go, how much better would the viewership numbers be? And I had somebody that's exponentially more connected than I am tell me this very thing. Think about the Cotton Bowl. All right, so you're going to have that game this year.
Mm-hmm.
What would that number look like if it was a playoff game? How much higher would it go?
How much higher would it go?
How much higher would the number be if it was a playoff game?
Mm-hmm.
Those mid-tier bowl games do, in average, about 2 to 2.5 million average viewers. What would it be if it was a playoff game?
Mm-hmm.
And why would it be 8 million plus? Because that's what that number would be. They wouldn't overlap these games. They wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get one at a time.
Oh, yeah.
And you can watch anything you want. And the money's going to go insane.
So you'd have what? Cincinnati, Mississippi, Baylor, Michigan, Michigan State, Wake Forest. That could be interesting. Notre Dame and Oklahoma State.
Mm-hmm. And the numbers for every one of those games would be insane.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have the playoff created a problem a long time ago. These ancillary bowls, they don't matter. If you remember, I told you a long time ago, this mass exodus of stars not playing in bowl games, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Florida last year?
Oh, yeah.
Getting beat 407-6? That's a problem. You know why? Because the advertisers in the second, third, fourth quarters, they're not real pleased. They're not real pleased with how their spend went. So how do you fix it? This.
Add intrigue to the
games.
games.
There was no possibility of us getting to this before 2024. That's what we were just told, not, 6 months ago?
Yep.
Weird. Now all of a sudden we can fix it in a year. You know why? Because all the advertisers said, we have a fix? Oh, well, let's fix it.
Yeah.
Time to fix it.
And I think December 1st is going to be when the committee reconvenes to make this vote. And again, if they don't do it, they say they can't do it until 2025.
Now, the question is, what does it look like? And I have what does a 12-team playoff look like? Because I'll be honest with you, I still don't think the group of 5 is going to be super represented.
No, you get one.
You get one.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it for this year. All right, Cincinnati's your one.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a second one.
No.
You're not getting UTSA. Who, by the way, who does UTSA play? UAB.
UAB. There you go.
You're not getting them
I don't keep up with Roadrunner football, so I can't help you with that. No, you're not getting another one in. And here's the thing. If SMU beat Cincinnati today or tomorrow, and if Houston were to beat Cincinnati in the championship game of the AAC, you're not getting any. You won't get one Power 5 team, or excuse me, Group of 5 team into a 12-team playoff. You have to have that undefeated school, and they have to have a semi-respectable strength of schedule. Because I think that's what you would say about Cincinnati right now. What was it? We looked at it the other day. It was like 76th in the country in strength of schedule for Cincinnati.
But
you're not getting an undefeated UTSA who has the 127th hardest schedule.
And here's the thing. Here's where all of this harkens back to. Last year's national title game, Alabama, Ohio State. Where did it rank among all national title games? Where was it? Since the BCS era started, it was dead last. It was the worst rated BCS title game we've ever had. And now they're looking at it going, it's going to happen again. And do you know why?
Why?
Because it was a blowout. That game was over in the second quarter. And it declined the entire way. So the sponsors started complaining. The semifinal games were higher rated. It's not because they were more popular teams. Yes, you had Clemson playing Ohio State, and you had who did Alabama play? I for the life of me can't remember.
Doesn't matter.
It's in this story somewhere, but I can't see. Oh, it's Notre Dame.
Notre Dame,
who they shellacked.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Both of those were shellackings. They were still higher rated. And so they went back through and went, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who these teams are. All that matters is more. More. We want more product. The women's NCAA basketball tournament just expanded to 68. Why? More. Give me more inventory. More. I need more. The only sport that doesn't have that problem, baseball. They have a viewership problem. They have too much. It all ties back to the money. You follow the money, and you can figure out where this is going to go.
Yep.
And this has been brewing forever. We were just distinctly told there was no way for them to get out of this until 2024.
Yep.
Well, I guess they found a loophole.
As reported today, Dan Patrick says his source, close to the discussions, says it's going to happen this year, or they're going to have to wait till 2025. 12-team playoff will be on the way, one way or the other. They will find a way to do this in 2023. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one. You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Unseasonably cool for us again Saturday. A little milder with more seasonable readings for Sunday as a cold front approaches. We could see some rain heading into Sunday night. Clear skies cold tonight, mid-20s. Mix of clouds and sunshine Saturday. Highs tomorrow in the low 50s. Mostly cloudy, milder, upper 50s Sunday. Chance of rain Sunday night. Windy and colder for the start of Thanksgiving week. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse's Clean Shop Promise. It's the Black Friday sale at Mattress Warehouse. Save up to $1,000. Plus, get free next-day delivery on orders over $8.99. With their 1-year price guarantee, why shop anywhere else? Visit sleephappens.com for a store near you.
Happy holidays don't just happen on their own. You make them happen with a little help from new appliances at the Home Depot. Because warm wishes won't roast that turkey. You'll want a new convection oven for that. An air fryer will help make the season light and delicious. And while you're at it, consider a new LG or Samsung fridge that's big enough to hold all kinds of Christmas cheer. Make the holidays yours with the season's best savings on top appliances at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
It's the 2021 Pro Football Challenge. Make your picks now for this week's games. Weekly winners get a $50 gift card to Asheville Pizza and Brewing. All weekly winners go into a drawing for a getaway trip to Kiowa Island Golf Resort. Make your picks now at ESPNAVL.com.
Okay, so usually I'm a last-minute shopper, but the deals at Kohl's, way too good to pass up. I got 40% off holiday decor, 40% off the cutest St. Nicholas square finds for the table, and found the toys topping my kids' list this year. You can even get 15% off, or 15, 20, or 30% off with a Kohl's card. So now I get the whole early shopping thing, and I'm a big fan. Select styles. Offers end November 20th. Toys. Coupons do not apply. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Rogue Combat Club, Asheville's home for comprehensive martial arts training, has a goal for our community, one that's stronger, more fit, and unwavers in its support of one another. Rogue Combat Club's instructors have competed at the highest levels and offer classes for everyone from young children to adults in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and wrestling. Rogue Combat Club classes can help you boost your self-confidence and self-defense skills while weeding out the egos and intimidation found at other gyms. Join today at RogueCombatClub.com.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
It's ESPN Asheville.
You couldn't resist.
I couldn't resist. 92.9
You're not allowed
FM.
to play that stupid fire them cannons, by golly. But you wound up having to eat some spicy chicken for playing it when you weren't allowed to.
That's all right. It was tasty chicken.
It was.
It was
Good
absolutely
gracious.
tasty chicken.
Can I tell you something bad about our torture ticket? All right, so
do we want to know where this is going?
Not like that.
Okay.
Not like that.
All right.
So we do spicy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the thought was I literally thought I was going to just stroll my way in tank having to eat the hottest chicken on the planet Earth, which for me would have been hilarious. And it was hot, and I had a reaction.
Yep.
It wasn't the reaction that Tank would have had. Now, all I want, and I've been thinking about this for 4 solid days, I want the best chicken wing I can get my hands on. And I want it to be so hot that it literally melts my eyelids off my face.
Why?
Because I love spicy food.
Yeah, but
my
never
doctor doesn't
understood
like
that.
it. Nobody likes it. Yeah, ulcers, you're not supposed to do that. Yeah, it makes me want to do it more. I'm like a child. You tell me I can't do something, I want to do it more.
Yeah, you are like a child.
100%. I'm like a big, overgrown, 6'5", 280-pound child.
I just never understood that. To me, there's a certain level where spicy becomes stupid.
Nope. No. I want it to be melt your face off.
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious.
So are you on this campaign?
Yes.
Have you started to make a list of places that you're going to try to find this?
The graphics going out this weekend. Everyone that listens to this show, I want your opinions. We will take these cameras. Yes, we have figured out how to do it away from the studio.
Excellent.
It's on the way. Amazon is a great thing. And we are going to find the best spicy chicken wing you can find.
Mm-hmm.
Waivers, I'll sign waivers. I don't care.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested in waivers.
I am. Frankly, that excites me.
If
there's a waiver that I have to sign when you bring me a chicken wing, in.
The only waiver I'm interested in is fantasy football. I like fantasy football waivers.
Man, I wish I'd known you were going to say that because I feel like there's a joke there. I just don't know what it is.
It's not the waiver they make me sign before I get on all the roller coasters. That's definitely not the one.
You're making this way too easy.
Come on. I thought I'd get a little more than a chuckle out of that one. That one's pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't laugh often. You know this.
Self-deprecating humor. Anyway. We got Georgia this weekend going up against Charleston Southern. It's going to be the game of the weekend. No. Everybody should tune in to see greatness that is the Buccaneers just getting dominated by the Georgia Bulldogs. Every week in college football, this is why I love college football, because it can be an elimination week. And SMU against Cincinnati, I'm staring that game right in the face. SMU needs to man up here and save us all from the stupidity that is the Cincinnati for college football playoff bandwagon. And I'm really hoping that it happens.
I have definitely a side in that game. That's all I can tell you. I have a definitive side.
He'll have the pick coming up at the end of this hour in the Green on Green.
If you like this segment, this one, I am wired for sound. I stopped drinking Banks. If you watch our morning show, you'll know that I run off caffeine and anger. That is the only thing that fuels this car.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped drinking Banks for about a week. I've had 2 of them today. I can smell sounds and taste colors. I am ready to go.
Right.
Make all the money. And I want to make everybody the money.
I'm just so tired of this argument, though. I'm just so tired of the argument. Well, if winning matters, then why isn't it Cincinnati? Bring me UTSA. You keep bringing that same fire.
To me, there's a big difference there. UTSA's played no one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their schedule is like 104th in the country. Cincinnati did at least do what you asked. And they know they're in a bind.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a stat this morning that no team that was outside of the top 7 this late in polling has ever made the playoff.
Right.
Well, you know why that just doesn't matter this year? Because you got 3 teams from the same conference that all play each other.
Mm-hmm.
You could get Wake Forest could still get in. They're not going to, but they could.
I mean, that'd have to be massive chaos.
Oh, there's going to be chaos. I mean, I'm telling you, this story broke for a reason today that we're going to expand. And the simple reason is because I guarantee you that source is from somebody on that committee because they know there is going to be somebody legitimately angry. And the reason they're doing this is because they know we can't leave Alabama out.
Right.
We can't.
No.
Their schedule was too good. They have beaten too many teams. We can't leave them out.
Right.
Or they know they're going to leave them out, and they're because that's the disaster theory. The disaster is Alabama doesn't get in.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it's just, hey, you want to watch Georgia wood chip 2 teams for 60 minutes?
Yeah.
Because that'll be fun.
I don't think the committee would do that. I think the committee would put a 2-loss Alabama in because of viewership. Look,
you know who vehemently disagrees with you?
Who's that?
Vegas. They
really?
Vehemently disagree with you.
That if it was a 2-loss Alabama team, they wouldn't put them in.
They don't even have them on the list.
That's dumb.
Because they have Georgia winning out, which means they have 2 losses. They're not even on the list.
Right.
And I'm not sure that's not right.
It just seems dumb to me.
It is dumb. It is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But you never sell it. You would never sell a team that got beat twice getting in over Cincinnati. You won't. You know why? Because it's not fair.
Right.
It's not fair. Cincinnati tried so hard, and they they have pretty jerseys, and they did everything we asked them to do.
Mm-hmm. And we got to care about people's feelings.
I don't.
It's so sad.
I don't. I care less. Frankly, you want me to be real honest with you? This year, I'd let 4 SEC teams in. Let's just have a great big SEC championship title tournament. Because it's the best. It's the best conference in football by a mile.
There's no doubt. And that's what everybody's afraid of.
Big Ten?
That's the other thing.
That conference that has 3 teams and the rest of them are brutal. Nobody can score.
Right. That's the other thing with the college football playoff, with the expansion talk, is you got to have more room for other teams other than the SEC.
No, you don't. But it will make more money if you do.
Mm-hmm. Because with Oklahoma and Texas coming in, there are a lot of people who think that, oh, well, there goes the rest of college football. Nobody else matters.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Nobody else mattered anyway.
Right, exactly.
I hate to break it to you. Your defense of that, because the ACC, Pac-12, Big 12, AAC, they're all brutally bad.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason you talk about the Big Ten is because you got 3 teams that can legitimately score and the rest of them can't. I mean, just realize that Wisconsin is going to be in the Big Ten title game.
Mm-hmm.
That really matters. No, it doesn't, because you're beating Wisconsin.
The Sports Tag.
Just a bit outside.
All right, here's the 411, folks.
Lawrence, Kansas has a new hero. His name is Jared Casey. He's a walk-on tight end for the Kansas Jayhawks football team, and he caught the 2-point conversion that allowed Kansas to beat Texas.
Hey, who's Texas play this week? My West Virginia Mountaineers.
Aha! You got a pick coming up. All right, good. Jared Casey, he is the new darling of the Kansas Jayhawks football program. Never thought I'd put all those words together at one time, but he is that. And now he is getting his due from the name, image, and likeness deal. He has now landed an endorsement deal with Applebee's.
With Applebee's?
Applebee's, yeah. Applebee's is coming on, and they're going to pay him $800 in cash. He's going to get $1,000 in Applebee's gift cards.
Can you use those on dollar margs? Because if you can, I'm all the way in. I will do whatever it is he's getting ready to do if you'll give me $1,000 in dollar margs.
Just to have 1,000 margaritas.
Well, I mean, yeah. Minus tax. It'd be like $1.07 per.
You still have to leave a tip, though. You got to leave a really good tip.
You leave the tip in cash.
Yeah.
Okay. When you use gift cards, you tip 30%. All right.
Oh, yeah. You always tip more on a gift card.
Don't be an animal. Okay.
So he's getting $800 in cash, and he's getting $1,000 in Applebee's gift cards. They are playing into this whole, let's go for 2 or you have to go for 2 thing. I'm pretty sure they're going to tie this into their, 2 for 15 deals or whatever it is that Applebee's has. He is also in talks with a local car dealership. Said they gave him a call a couple of days ago, and they're going to talk to the university and see what they can get done. But it turns out that his automotive sponsorship could turn into a new vehicle, because apparently he's surprised that the vehicle that he has is still running. He is driving a Kia Spectra that has, amazingly, 230,000 miles on it.
And yet is still better than the car Tank Spencer drives to this studio every day.
Bingo.
Apparently this...
But this is the fruits. This is the fruits of the NIL. Even the walk-on tight ends, you can benefit as long as you make one big play.
Apparently, this is Mike Tyson crazy talk week. Yesterday, I told you a story about Mike Tyson and the fact he has died 55 times from venomous frogs.
Right.
Today, his former chauffeur told The Sun that Mike had a pre-fight ritual.
Okay.
And he used it to keep him from murdering the person he got in the ring with. This is a direct quote from, I can't remember his name. It's Mike something. Mike Gonzalez. He is the former chauffeur of Mike Tyson.
Okay.
He said Mike would say, if I don't get, I will kill this guy right now. Talking about things of a sexual nature.
Yeah, relations.
Mike had to do stuff
relations
in the locker room before he fought people because he was afraid he was going to kill him.
Whoa, wait. He had to do it in the locker room
before the fight.
That's too much.
First of all, there's a whole mess of things I got to unpack from this. One is I feel like they had cameras in the locker room back in the day. I mean, it's not like it is now where they show everything. But can you imagine Mike Tyson today? The Mike Tyson that was just literally a crazy person and had to do things like this because he was literally afraid he was going to kill somebody. still the baddest man on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sharing this story on my Twitter. There is a video of him at 55 years old.
Right.
And he is still the scariest person I've ever seen.
That is a heck of a pregame ritual.
Yeah. I've always heard that the other way. Apparently, Mike was not worried about being mentally right for the fight.
Oh, no.
He was worried he would be too aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I feel like that's a loaded topic. We need to move on from that one.
Yeah. Read the story. There's enough innuendos in every paragraph.
He's a weird dude.
Mike Tyson is, and here's the thing. I know he lives in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're going to Las Vegas. I want to meet Mike Tyson so bad I can't stand it. I just want to sit down over a wicked wheat beer with Mike Tyson and just go, talk. I don't care about what. The first thing that comes to your mind. You talk. And I'm a listen.
I don't know. Did you watch his stand-up that he did?
Look, I don't know whether it was as a stand-up comedian myself or someone with ears. I didn't ever go, hey, you know what I think would be great? Mike Tyson stand-up comedy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it had its funny parts. But a stand-up comedian you are not, sir.
No.
So I'm going to be good on the whole let's have a conversation with Mike. Because, I mean, if he's this crazy, who knows? Mid-conversation, he could just snap me in half. And I'm not going to be cool with that. Mike Tyson wins Crazy Guy of the Week.
Completely. If you give me enough fodder for 2 Just a Bit Outside stories in a week, you win.
Everybody's losing their minds over Antonio Brown.
Yeah, except for that was debunked.
Oh, really? Has it been debunked?
It was debunked. The guy that said it was a chef he fired.
Uh-huh. And a guy he owed $10,000. And this guy calls up the New York Times and says, hey, Antonio Brown had a fake COVID card. That his girlfriend got in touch with me and said he'd be willing to pay $500 for a fake vaccination card. Really? I feel like Antonio Brown would probably not go to his personal chef to find that kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe the guy is, while he's making souffles on one hand, he's, specializing in forged documents on the other.
You never know.
I think it's hilarious. Everybody losing their minds over this thing. And, of course, Brown's lawyers have said there's no truth to this. The Buccaneers have come out and said we have found no irregularities. I mean, what are they supposed to say? But why would you have to? That's the thing. Like, so many players. This is why everybody got all crazy about Aaron Rodgers. And it was like, first off, who cares? Second off, you're all butthurt here because you think you've been lied to? What? Who did that hurt?
I'm going to put this on a shirt, and I'm going to put it in our merch store. In the YouTube stream, somebody let me know if this is a shirt you would wear. I care less about NFL players' vaccination status than I do about Kim Kardashian's relationship status. I do not care.
Uh-huh.
Joe Flacco's unvaxxed. I don't care.
Mm-mm.
He's not within 1,000 miles of me. I could care less. Please stop talking about
Wouldn't
this.
really care if he was next to me.
Does not matter to me.
Right.
That's your choice.
Yeah.
You do as you want to do.
So this has officially been put to bed.
Yes, it was a. I believe it was called a hit piece. Is how I read it.
Aha. Okay. Well, there is that. Bad news for the Chicago Bears today. Finding out that Khalil Mack is going to miss the rest of the season. He had to have foot surgery. So the Browns really have not much to look forward to. They didn't to begin with. Who did I say?
Browns.
Yeah, the Bears. I meant the Bears.
Have you seen this breakdown of the Khalil Mack trade, what it wound up being?
No.
The Bears got Khalil Mack, Cole Kmet, and Arlington Hambright.
Okay.
The Raiders got Josh Jacobs, Damon Arnett, who has been released, and Brian Edwards. If that is not the most meaningless big trade I've ever seen, I don't know what is.
Meaningless?
Completely meaningless.
That's a fleece on the Bears side.
How many playoff wins they got? Oh, okay then.
Tell me got the better player.
Now you have a broken down pass rusher. Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Now he's broken down.
Yeah, I'm good. I just genuinely don't care.
Uh-huh. I got the better player of the deal. That's all I care about.
You did, and it gained you exactly nothing.
Mm-hmm.
This is the reason I have long said
Oakland or Las Vegas anything.
This is the reason I have long said the only way you could ever get me to trade a first-round picks for a quarterback. It's the only way I'm ever doing it. Stephon Diggs is close. A high-end playmaker like that is close. But I long said the Raiders absolutely robbed the Bears blind. Problem is they don't draft well.
Right.
So, that's the buyer beware with high-end draft capital trades like that.
Well, they did get Josh Jacobs out of the deal. And had they not taken Damon Arnett, maybe it could have been different.
Whoa.
What?
Breaking news.
Who's gonna break the news?
Ha!
Who's gonna break the news?
Yeah.
Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news?
I don't know which irritates me more, that stupid little sound effect or your added little your additions to it. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be they're going to be a little undermanned against the Chargers.
Oh no, is Big Ben not going to play again?
Nope, not Big Ben. TJ Watt, Joe Hayden, and Minkah Fitzpatrick all out.
Wow.
TJ Watt is out with the hip knee injury from last week.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Hayden and Minkah Fitzpatrick on the reserve COVID-19 list.
Wonderful.
I believe my pick in that game just changed. You lose your 3 best defensive players?
Uh-huh.
Okay, then. I believe I'm going to have to revisit that.
I'm going to have to audible that. And you're on the road. I guess the team that really needs to win.
Yeah, but you're on the road in a place where you'll be at home. We've proven this. We've seen this.
You're not wrong.
Yikes.
The only way it could get worse, though, is if they have to play Mason Rudolph. And we know every time that's going to happen, they're going to lose. Dallas Goddard, he's got a new deal.
He got a whole mess of money.
He has signed an extension through 2025. 4-year extension, $57 million. You are the you are the contract analyzer. Tell me.
I don't know that was a word.
It was a word. Analyzer.
So what was it? 4 years, 59?
4 years, $57 million. $35 million in guaranteed money.
That makes him the second highest paid tight end in the league.
Uh-huh.
Behind Travis Kelce and George Kittle.
Mm-hmm. And this deal will now go through his age 30 season.
Yeah. How do I say this nicely? I'll pass. I will pass on that.
You've never been a big fan of Goddard.
I'm not. And you know what's funny? Zach Ertz went to Arizona. You know what's funny? He's still the better tight end.
Right.
I've said that for 4 years. I do not Dallas Goddard is the Sasquatch of the NFL. I have routinely been told how great he is. I have never actually seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And to the best of my knowledge, nobody's ever gotten it on tape.
I mean, he's had some good games, right?
Good games?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to need more than good games to give you $57 million.
I mean, and as bad as the tight end position is, when you feel like you have one, if there is such a thing as a franchise tight end, quote unquote.
Let's play a game.
Yeah.
Dallas Goddard, as we affectionately call him here, has played 51 games in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try really hard to not laugh through this. How many receptions does he have total? In 51 games. I probably said that in a way that you're going to guess low.
462.
166. He has 166 catches for 1,894 yards and 14 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So he is a touchdown every third game.
Nice.
Actually, it's more than that. It's almost every 4 games. And you just gave him $15 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pass. Good for you. I'm out. I saw this number and I went, there has to be something to this.
Did you think something untoward happened? Dallas Goddard has some dirt on Jeffrey Lurie or somebody?
He has nefarious pictures of Howie Roseman. That's the only explanation for that I've got.
I I was kind of shocked by this as well, but as I said, you're the analyzer.
The analyzer. I want a shirt that says that too.
You should.
I am the analyzer.
You should. You could have it in that font like the Equalizer. You have no idea what that is, do you?
I was about to ask you what the Equalizer is.
It was a movie.
Here's another fun Dallas Go Deer Take question.
Yep.
How many 100-yard games does he have in his life?
8.
It's 1.
Really?
Gets better. He had 101 yards. That is the only 100-yard game he's ever had in his career. Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Those Philadelphia Eagles, that front office, they just keep on making good decision after good decision.
Is the thing. I heard, I don't remember what show it was. It was earlier this week when I was going home. Somebody was talking about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
And how much money you would give him before it's a good contract. I don't care if you give him $4 million. If he's in that spot, you're doing it wrong. Because the fan base just loves him. And you remember that old saying about the fan base? If you listen to them for long enough, eventually you'll be sitting with them.
Mm-hmm.
I see these two situations very similarly. You know what's worse than drafting a bust? Doubling down on the bust.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Dallas Goddard's a fine tight end. Is he better than Eric Ebron? Really? Have you seen him be better than Eric Ebron?
I don't think so.
It's very close.
Yeah.
Do you know how much Eric Ebron makes a year?
$3 million.
Let me scroll down this list of ways. He signed a 2-year, $12 million deal. So he is almost $10 million a year cheaper than Dallas Goddard.
Right.
I'm good. And there are a slew of tight ends that I like in this draft. Yeah, to me, this is a gross overpay.
Well, Eagles gonna eagle. Fly, Eagles fly. Win, Jeremy, win. We got Greene
on the path to victory.
We got Greene on Green Picks coming up next right here on ESPN Asheville. You are in the Sportsocracy. Don't forget to check us out at thesportsocracy.com.
Pernicious, adjective, having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual or subtle way. Now, Wicked Weed's flagship IPA, winner of a silver medal at the U.S. Open Beer Championships, isn't harmful unless you're a competing IPA. Brewed in the mountains of western North Carolina, Pernicious IPA will destroy your expectations for all others in its class. Pernicious IPA inspires you to enjoy fresh and often. Order up at wickedweedbrewing.com. Wicked Weed Brewing, the official craft beer of Furman Athletics. Drink different, drink responsibly.
Happy holidays don't just happen on their own. You make them happen with a little help from new appliances at the Home Depot. Because warm wishes won't roast that turkey. You'll want a new convection oven for that. An air fryer will help make the season light and delicious. And while you're at it, consider a new LG or Samsung fridge that's big enough to hold all kinds of Christmas cheer. Make the holidays yours with the season's best savings on top appliances at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Avid golfer Cam Warren played with joint pain for as long as he could.
Couldn't play golf for any extended period of time without braces and pain and chewing Advil for the entire day.
Then he turned to steroids.
Cortisone would last a few months, but it just inevitably came right back. Got to the point where I would have to wear ice packs to bed.
When the word surgery came up, Cam started looking elsewhere, and he found QC Kinetics. Natural biologic therapies, regenerative treatments that can repair and restore damaged tissue. With no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. And now,
very proud to say that it has definitely changed my life. I've played 36 holes multiple days in a row without pain. Everything is great.
Call QC Kinetics now to schedule your free consultation.
I would recommend QC to anybody.
Call QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. QC Kinetics, 333-9517.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Happy holidays don't just happen on their own. You make them happen with a little help from new appliances at the Home Depot. Because warm wishes won't roast that turkey. You'll want a new convection oven for that. An air fryer will help make the season light and delicious. And while you're at it, consider a new LG or Samsung fridge that's big enough to hold all kinds of Christmas cheer. Make the holidays yours with the season's best savings on top appliances at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Be the one.
Howell, first down and more. Goodbye. Magical play by Sam Howell. And it's intercepted. Holy cow, Carolina's going to win. Light that bell tower blue.
Carolina returns home to face Wofford Saturday, November 20th. Pre-game coverage starts at 11 a.m. Kickoff at noon. Right here on your home for Carolina football.
Tar Heels play here. And this is ESPN Asheville.
Rogue Combat Club, Asheville's home for comprehensive martial arts training, has a goal for our community, one that's stronger, more fit, and unwavers in its support of one another. Rogue Combat Club's instructors have competed at the highest levels and offer classes for everyone from young children to adults in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and wrestling. Rogue Combat Club classes can help you boost your self-confidence and self-defense skills while weeding out the egos and intimidation found at other gyms. Join today at roguecombatclub.com.
Coffee still closes on.
Get them the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power.
That watch costs more than your car.
Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
7-4-1 last week, and I'm aiming for a perfect week this week. I'm so confident this week, I boiled it down to only 10 picks. Usually give you 6 in each segment. This week we got 5 because I have high confidence. First one, Florida State at Boston College. Boston College 1.5-point favorite. Florida State had its big win of the season last week against Miami. And you would think that's a bit of momentum. In the words of Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. This Florida State team is not good. And this is a considerable distance to travel. And I'm only laying 1.5. Phil Jakovic, he needs his big moment to throw his hat in the ring as QB1 in this draft class. He's going to get it here. Eagles minus 1.5. Auburn is a 7.5-point favorite at South Carolina. You remember T.J. Finley? Pepperidge Farm remembers. T.J. Finley was the quarterback at LSU last year that spot started a couple times. Well, he's the one filling in for Bo Nix. This is an overreaction. Bo Nix is not going to play in this game. Bo Nix has never been good on the road anyway, so what does it matter? South Carolina's playing their 19th quarterback of the year, and they're not all that good anyway. Give me Auburn minus 7.5. Iowa State at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a 3.5-point favorite. This is a case of overreaction because people are overreacting to the loss at Baylor. Being on the road mattered. Not being that good of a team mattered. You know what else matters? This game matters way more to Oklahoma than it does to Iowa State. I don't think this is going to be a blowout. The Cyclones are going to be able to do things. I think this is a high-scoring game, but this is a must-win for Oklahoma, and they're at home. Boomer Sooner, minus 3.5. UCLA is a 3-point favorite at USC. I love when Vegas gets lines wrong, and this one's wrong. USC is not good. And you know what else they're not good at? Covering spreads. They're 0-4 in their last 4. UCLA's 6-4 against the spread this year. No Keaton Slovis, no Drake London, no head coach, no shot USC beats the fighting Chip Kellys. Give me UCLA minus 3. Finally, Wake Forest is a 4.5-point dog at Clemson, and I don't get it. Wake Forest is a good offense. Clemson's not. I get that Clemson's defense is really good, and Wake's is not. But at the end of the day, that offense hasn't scored on anybody. It hasn't mattered who it is. And you're not going to completely shut down Wake Forest. This is a revisionist history line. Wake Forest should be the favorite in this game. Give me the Demon Deacons plus 4.5.
Go and do likewise, gents. The money's out there. You pick it up, it's yours. You don't, I got no sympathy for you.
And don't forget, you can lock in your wagers at betus.com. BetUS.com is the website, and use the promo code SPORTSOCRACY, and they will give you a 125% deposit bonus when you make your deposit and use our promo code SPORTSOCRACY.
For posterity's sake, if you're risk averse and you want a nice, safe wager to take to BetUs.com, you can take the games I just gave you. The 5 I just gave you. Boston College minus 1.5, Oklahoma minus 3.5, Auburn minus 7.5. UCLA minus the 3, Wake Forest plus 4.5. You can risk $10 at betus.com, promo code Sportsocracy, and you will win $244.
Nice. 5-way parlay, lock it in at betus.com.
And that's not the only one of those we have today. We got one that you can put down $10 for $30,000.
If you hit all 10.
And I'm going to hit one before this year's over. I am do it.
What's the closest you have come?
2. Last week, I went 8-2. I had one that carried into the night slate.
Nice.
And then,
Mm-hmm.
But not this week, my friend. 10 picks, $10, $30,000.
That'll be coming your way in the next hour. Also, we will play Beat the Chief with Asheville Police Chief David Zach. He has, is he going to be able to join us by phone?
No, he is dealing with things.
Oh, there's things going on.
Yeah, and that's all we're going to talk about that. But we have his picks. We know what's going on. And in the next segment, we will be picking every NFL game against the spread.
Indeed. We'll give you the latest updates as well on injuries. Dallas Cowboys. Looks like they're going to be without one of their big weapons this weekend against the Kansas City Chiefs. And they play again on Thursday as well. Amari Cooper. That's a pretty big loss.
He's on the reserve COVID-19 list. He is certainly out Sunday. His status for Thursday is in doubt.
Mm-hmm.
That really makes me like something. And in the next segment, we'll tell you what that is.
And there was some good news, though, today from Cleveland. Nick Chubb has been removed from the COVID-19 list, and he's still listed as questionable, but I think he'll probably play this week, which makes me like Cleveland even more than I already did. Again, coming up after the Sports Center update, we will be giving you all of the picks for the weekend. Don't forget, you can lay your wagers with us at betus.com. BetUS.com, promo code Sportsocracy for that 125% deposit bonus.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Unseasonably cool for us again Saturday, a little milder with more seasonable readings for Sunday as a cold front approaches. We could see some rain heading into Sunday night. Clear skies cold tonight, mid-20s. Mix of clouds and sunshine Saturday, highs tomorrow in the low 50s. Mostly cloudy, milder, upper 50s Sunday. Chance of rain Sunday night, windy and colder for the start of Thanksgiving week. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Daydreaming about the cheesy Gordita Crunch Cravings Box? The box that has a cheesy Gordita Crunch, a beefy 5-layer burrito, chips and nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink? Stop daydreaming and get to Taco Bell to pick one up today at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time.
Happy holidays don't just happen on their own. You make them happen with a little help from new appliances at the Home Depot. Because warm wishes won't roast that turkey. You'll want a new convection oven for that. An air fryer will help make the season light and delicious. And while you're at it, consider a new LG or Samsung fridge that's big enough to hold all kinds of Christmas cheer. Make the holidays yours with the season's best savings on top appliances at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
You and your phone have been through a lot this past year. It's been your lifeline to the world. And now some big wireless company is telling you got to buy a new phone from them and sign their contract? They don't control you. With TracFone Wireless, you can keep the phone, number, and network you already have. Already got a 5G phone? Keep that too. Because TracFone runs on America's best networks now with 5G nationwide. Plus, we've got unlimited talk and text smartphone plans starting at just $20. TracFone Wireless. Now you're in control. 5G nationwide access requires a 5G capable device. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Mucinex Extended Release Bilayer tablets allow for immediate and extended release, relieving chest congestion for 12 hours. Plus, Mucinex is eligible for any leftover HSA, FSA funds. Look for Mucinex, the #1 OTC brand doctors trust. Available at Target.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. Cam Newton gets the start at quarterback for the Panthers Sunday against Washington. Newton made 124 starts for the Panthers before being cut in March of last year. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray will be a game-time decision for the third week in a row. He's missed the last 2 games with a sprained left ankle. Lions quarterback Jared Goff missed practice for the 3rd day in a row with an oblique injury. It's expected that Tim Boyle will start against the Browns Sunday. Giants safety and captain Logan Ryan tests positive for COVID-19. He is vaccinated and is waiting for one more test. For now, he hasn't been ruled out for Monday night's game against the Bucs. Tomorrow on ABC at 3:30 Eastern, 15th-ranked Wisconsin hosts Nebraska. ESPN's Desmond Howard says don't sleep on the Badgers.
They can throw a monkey wrench into this whole scenario about what's going to happen in the college football playoff. I just don't take for granted that whoever's going to take, play in that Big Ten championship game is just going to walk in there and, dominate Wisconsin.
Desmond Howard on KJ and Max.
Step up your creativity now during Dell's Black Friday event with early access savings up to $300 off, including deals on the latest PCs with Intel Core processors, shop laptops, monitors, and more. Plus, free shipping. Call 800-BUY-DELL. That's 800-BUY-DELL.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword $dollar to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's $dollar to 200-200.
He's a degenerate gambler.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
And he's cheaper than oxygen.
He's useless.
But somehow, they make it work. Jeremy Greene, Tank Spencer. There's no holding back in the Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets and Wicked Weed Brewing.
And the Sportsocracy is on the air here in the Ingles studio on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400, heard everywhere on the iHeart Radio app, seen everywhere on thesportsocracy.com. Click on the live YouTube video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, join the chat, join the House of Reprehensibles, and you too can participate in all of the fun here in the Sportsocracy, as we do at this, on this day every week. I was going to say at this time, but usually we have Chief Zach in here with us at 3 o'clock. We play Beat the Chief, where we pick each and every game from the NFL slate. We had a 2-2 week last week. I won the torture ticket, though, so I'm claiming victory on the tiebreaker. Plus the fact that I'm still technically the leader in the clubhouse here.
Yeah, if you give me credit for having to pick the Thursday night games, you're not, though.
Hey, I picked New England last night as well, so...
Not officially, you didn't.
Yeah, I guess not officially. You have an official tally over there?
Yeah, I have to put up the actual, this is what I'm staking it all on. So, yeah, tie goes to the bearded guy.
Yeah, not so much. I am a game ahead of Jeremy on the season so far, and we will pick each and every game right here going down the slate for Sunday. We got the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns in the first game of the day. It's an 11.5-point spread.
And that's so many points for a team that doesn't score easily.
It is a lot of points. Baker Mayfield, he's a gamer. He's going to go out there and he's going to give it his best shot, despite the fact that he has one good shoulder and one good knee and one good foot. He's dealing with all of these things right now, but he's going to go out there and give it the old college try. My question is, how sane is Kevin Stefanski right now? I mean, if you think Baker Mayfield is he's your guy. He's your starting quarterback. You're going to need him for the rest of the season. You're trying to make a playoff push here. Why?
Because he's not your guy. I think Kevin Stefanski's made that perfectly clear. He does not view him the way that Cleveland's fan base views him.
Uh-huh.
So now, is he better than Case Keenum? Marginally.
But
marginally. Hurt? It's close. But Kevin Stefanski's making it perfectly clear to me that he does not see him as a long-term quarterback.
I would say there's no reason.
You're the best I have right now. That's his belief with Baker.
To me, there's no reason to play Baker Mayfield in this game. I mean, you should be able to beat the Detroit Lions with Case Keenum, especially if you're going to have Nick Chubb back. Now, that's not a definite. He's still listed as questionable. What's it, a knee injury? Ankle injury? Something like that for Nick Chubb? What is he recovering from?
This is a COVID-19, what do they call that? It's a health and wellness thing.
He was in
whatever.
He was in the protocols.
Yeah, is he physically fit enough? Did it take too much out of him? He's gonna play.
Okay,
straight up, he's gonna play.
Okay. Well, he had missed a couple of weeks before this with some kind of an ailment.
He didn't miss any time.
I thought he did.
No, he hasn't missed anything. Kareem Hunt did. Kareem Hunt's hurt. Nick Chubb hadn't missed a minute.
Okay.
Now, Dearness Johnson had taken some. I mean, Dearness Johnson started when he was in the protocols. So,
okay.
Nick Chubb's fine. He will play in this game.
All right.
How much, I don't know, because they don't really need him.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'll kick this off. I don't care. I don't want to do this. I'm taking Cleveland.
You're taking Cleveland minus the 11.5.
I don't care.
Against the Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions are horrible. I just hope you're finally willing to admit that they're horrible.
Detroit plus 11.5.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm taking Detroit plus the 11.5.
How many times does Charlie Brown have to pull that, or Lucy have to pull that football out before you just
too many points.
I'm tired of doing this.
It's too many points. Too many points.
They are going to beat Detroit.
You think
within an inch of their lives.
You think so?
This could be 41-0.
Really?
Here's my question. You do realize Tim Boyle's probably starting for the Detroit Lions, right?
Really? I had not heard
this. Jared Goff's been hurt for 2 days.
I had not heard that.
Yeah, it's
what happened to him?
I don't remember and or care. Maybe he looked in a mirror and went, "Wow, I suck at this."
Yeah.
I don't know. He hurt something, hip, back.
Mm-hmm.
He's most likely not going to play. He didn't practice today.
Don't care. Firing it up.
Can we
Detroit
make
plus 11.5?
Can we make that the torture ticket? I'm so in for that.
It's too many points. It's just too many points.
I want this on record of me saying that is the dumbest pick you're going to hear today. On any network, on any show. The Detroit Lions might get beat by 40.
You have zero faith in the Detroit Lions.
Oh, let's see.
After they tied the Steelers last week.
In a rainstorm of grossness with Mason Rudolph playing quarterback for the Steelers.
They played close with the Baltimore Ravens earlier this year.
At home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is going to end bad for you.
I don't think so. I think they can keep it close.
Well, I'll go ahead and tell you, Chief Zach and I are both on the Browns.
Of course you are.
We'll take that as the first dissension. I will go ahead and pencil us in as up one.
Mm-hmm. San Francisco 49ers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. West Coast team coming East Coast for a 1 o'clock start. Don't care. I don't even.
I just feel like this line's really short.
Well, it's 6.5.
I feel like that's really short for a Jacksonville team that is brutally bad.
Well, the defense, they're looking at the defense has played better. And what? I don't know. I can't explain it to you.
Unless Thor is planning on playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm not real sure how you're planning on stopping Deebo Samuel.
Right.
It's another one that was easy for me. The San Francisco 49ers.
Yep, I got San Francisco minus the 6.5 as well.
I will say I do like the under on this. I could see this being 20-3, 24-7, something like that.
Mm-hmm. You don't think they're going to be able to score at all, or not much?
How does Jacksonville score?
On the ground.
Do you think they're going to be able to run on that San Francisco defense who has no fear of Trevor Lawrence?
Mm-hmm.
No. I don't like anything in this game for Jacksonville. I could see this being bad.
Right. Jacksonville, completely undisciplined team. They are one of the worst or the most penalized teams in the NFL when they are on the offensive side of the ball. They have their wide receivers can't keep a hold of the ball. They're one of the worst teams in drops this year in the NFL.
How are you going to stop Bosa from getting to Trevor Lawrence? Oh, that's right. You're not.
You're not.
Yeah, San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco minus the 6.5. The Buffalo Bills at home against the Indianapolis Colts.
Now, here's one that is legitimately actually kind of difficult for me.
Okay. Indianapolis is trying to make a push. They're on the road at Buffalo, which to me, that already tilts the scales in Buffalo's favor.
That's the whole reason I'm going to say what I'm getting ready to say. If this was in Indianapolis, I would take the Colts.
You would.
It's not, and I think it is just fractionally Buffalo.
Ooh, I don't think this is fractional at all.
Oh, you think they're just going to beat the sin out of them?
I mean, more than 7. It'll be a double. It'll be a double-digit game, in my opinion, easy.
I don't agree with you.
I just don't see it, how. So Indianapolis is going to go in there against this number 1 Buffalo Bills defense, and is Jonathan Taylor going to be able to continue his hot streak? Is he going to be able to run for 100 yards against this team? Because there's only one other running back in the NFL that's done it so far this year, and that was Derrick Henry. Buffalo's only given up 4 touchdowns this year. 3 of them were to Derrick Henry.
Yeah, and I would say Jonathan Taylor is very close to Derrick Henry. I think he'll be close to 100 yards.
Okay.
This is another game. You have to look to the weather on this one because it is going to be disgusting. It is going to be incredibly cold and really windy. That's what I don't like Carson Wentz in the elements.
Nope.
I don't like the Tre'Davious Whites on Michael Pittman. I'm taking the Bills, but it is just barely.
Here's one thing I did pull out of doing the little bit of research on this game. Have you realized the quarterbacks that the Buffalo Bills have faced this year?
It's insane.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's what's crazy is they have faced. What is the stat with Buffalo? They faced the worst schedule in the NFL because New England was 31. It's insane how bad their schedule has been, and I still don't care. I still think they're the best team in the NFL.
Carson Wentz will be like the 3rd best quarterback they've faced all season. They had Ryan Tannehill and Patrick Mahomes. Other than that, they faced Ben Roethlisberger, Jacoby Brissett, Taylor Heineke, Davis Mills, Tua, Trevor, and Joe Flacco.
Well, there's Mike White. Joe Flacco came in late.
Yeah, but he played the majority of the game.
No, he didn't. Mike White played through halfway through the third quarter. He threw 4 interceptions.
No, did he?
Yeah. Joe Flacco played like a quarter. I think he threw 6 passes that entire game.
Okay, Mike White / Joe Flacco. That doesn't make the list any better. That makes it worse, if anything.
It just makes it accurate. It's kind of important.
It just makes it worse.
Yeah, Buffalo hasn't played many high-end quarterbacks.
No, easily Buffalo minus the 7.
That one's a straight sweep. We're all on Buffalo. By the way, I don't remember if I said this or not. Chief Zach was on Cleveland and the 49ers.
Okay. The Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Is it going to be Mike White?
No, it's Joe Flacco.
No Zach Wilson. We got Joe Flacco again. I'm taking Miami in this one.
I think this line is terrible.
Miami minus 3.5. I will take that because you guys are showing there are little signs of progress, but not a lot. Michael Carter's been good. Elijah Moore has been coming on little by little. I still can't get over the Joe Flacco decision. Why?
Well, the thought is that he's a vet that will help the other young guys develop. Mike White's obviously shown that he's not an NFL quarterback, in spite of the fact he thinks he should have been the number 1 pick in the draft.
Right.
Whew, that aged well. I'm taking Miami. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. This has letdown game written all over it. But the weather's going to be good, which makes me think Tua's going to be able to throw. And by good, I mean New York good.
Right.
I mean, New Jersey, usually this time of year, the wind's blowing about 407 miles an hour. So the fact that it's not going to be doing that, that would have been the great mediator to me. If the weather had been bad, I'd have taken the Jets.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't like Joe Flacco. Miami minus
3.5. We have seen more growth into over the course of the last, 4 or 5 weeks. He came in to play for Brissett last week and looked really good in that game against the Baltimore Ravens. And that defense has just been creating havoc, just like they did back in 2020. And I think this could be a crush spot for them.
It's certainly not a crush spot, but I think this is going to be. Here's another one that I really like the under. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points in this game.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets do still get pass rush, and that Dolphins line has not been good.
I'll take the 3 in the hook with the Miami Dolphins.
17-10.
Are we all on the same page here?
Yes, we're all on the Miami Dolphins minus 3.5.
Okay. So the only one that we have differed on so far is me taking Detroit.
I feel real good about that.
As you should. As you should. The Washington football team comes to Charlotte, to Bank of America Stadium, to take on the Carolina Panthers. And I know we're going to disagree on this one.
I have a funny feeling that Chief Zach and I disagree, so there's no doubt this will be a disagreement game.
Yeah. You said earlier this week that you thought Washington was going to come in and win this game, and frankly, I don't feel the same way.
Look, there is nobody on the planet Earth that knows Cam Newton better than Ron Rivera.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that hard to game plan against, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
You know he's not going to know a lot. I feel like everybody's getting intoxicated by, the air in the stadium is going to be.
Yep.
You do realize that these tickets have been available for quite some time. There's going to be a ton of Washington football team fans in this stadium. A ton.
The latest story I read about the ticket sales was that there was way more purchases coming from the Charlotte area than there were from any other area.
Of course there were. How often do you think somebody that's let's say you're a Maryland Washington football team fan, you think you bought those tickets 6 days before you got there?
Right.
I saw that same story and I went, what are you, a moron? Like, of course that is. If that happens in every game in America, of course it is. This happened a week ago.
I think you're underselling this.
I'm not. I think you're overselling the Cam Newton effect. Yeah, the stadium's going to be crazy until he throws his first interception. Let him throw a pick on the first quarter.
You think they're going to turn on him immediately?
I think Ron Rivera is really smart defensively, and he knows exactly how to defend Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's got a lot of toys to do it with. And at the end of the day, these receivers lead the league in drops.
Mm-hmm.
You've already had the Cam game. You had that in Arizona. The stadium's going to be electric. I'm not doubting that. I don't think you're better than Washington, flat out. And I think there's nobody in this league that knows this team better than Ron Rivera does.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about the person who knows where all the bodies are buried? It's Ron.
Offensively speaking, I would agree with you. Offensively speaking, Washington is better. Defensively speaking, I think Carolina's the better team.
I think these two teams are very close.
Mm-hmm.
I think this number has moved aggressively because of a quarterback that 31 teams looked at and went, no, we're good, that does not know your playbook. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the stadium's going to be electric.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's see how long that lasts.
It's just a different kind of atmosphere. Cam Newton, the one thing that he has brought back is the belief, the confidence, the swag, if you will. It's all back.
Mm-hmm. And watch how quickly that turns if he throws an interception, if he fumbles, if he whatever. Because, see, to me, this Cam Newton thing is all revisionist history.
Mm-hmm.
You're forgetting you ran this guy out of town 2 years ago. So now he's the savior of the franchise. Cool. You watched him come in for 8 plays. He scored on a designed, intentionally doing this play.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, he does not know the playbook. This offense is going to be grossly limited. There's a reason teams don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
You ever notice that when teams need a quarterback, they go get somebody that has been with the coaching staff before?
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. This is where I think, I'm not going to say the wheels come off, and they very well could win this game. I have no faith in this whatsoever.
Yeah.
Washington football team.
I do. I think they're going to get it. They're going to get the bump because they're at home. I feel like they got the bump last week because it was Cam's first game back, and there was a different confidence. There was the way the team carried themselves was just different. And now you're back in your home stadium. I think it lasts for one more week, and then we'll come back to reality after that. I'm not saying this is going to save the season and they're going to go on a playoff run, but I do think they got enough to beat the Washington football team. Unfortunately, something that my Tampa Bay Buccaneers didn't have last week.
I'm catching a field goal in a game that I don't think is going to have a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Carolina minus the 3.5 for me. The Chiefs on my side. Jeremy's going for the Washington football team to pull the upset on the road against Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville. We'll do the rest of the games coming up next.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Unseasonably cool for us again Saturday, a little milder with more seasonable readings for Sunday as a cold front approaches. We could see some rain heading into Sunday night. Clear skies cold tonight, mid-20s. Mix of clouds and sunshine Saturday, highs tomorrow in the low 50s. Mostly cloudy, milder, upper 50s Sunday. Chance of rain Sunday night, windy and colder for the start of Thanksgiving week. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Driving stop and go 240 eastbound between exit 2 and exit 4A. 240 on the westbound side, stop and go between Chun's Cove Road and Montford Avenue. Future 26 eastbound slow between Riverside Drive and 240. 26 westbound stop and go between Upward Road and Chimney Rock Road. Again, 26 westbound slow between Airport Road and Bavard Road. 26 on the eastbound side slow between I-40 and Long Shoals Road. 40 westbound Haywood County crawling between Fines Creek Road and Harmon Den Road. Hendersonville Road southbound crawling between Mills Gap Road and Long Shoals Road due to an accident. And Bavard Road southbound stop and go between Clayton Road and Long Shoals Road. I'm Lyndon Field with your Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. At Napa, when it comes to serving you, their motor never quits. From next day delivery to curbside pickup to getting involved with local communities. Get the parts you need when you need them. That's Napa know-how.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. St. Nicholas and my family, they'll all be here.
The holidays are coming, and so are the guests. Are you sure your home's ready? Let Over the Moon Cleaning Services do the heavy lifting for you. Right now, Over the Moon is offering Sportsocracy listeners 20% off a deep clean when you schedule bi-weekly or weekly cleanings. Call them today at 585-0146 and book a free estimate. 585-0146.
You don't get to be the league's all-time leading rusher without feeling some pain.
Pro football legend Emmitt Smith knows joint pain, and he also knows the old treatments aren't the only treatments. Today, there's a natural alternative to drugs and surgery. It's biologic therapies from QC Kinetics.
I'm talking regenerative solutions that encourage your body to heal and repair itself.
Do you have pain in your hips, knees, shoulder, lower back? Want to get your life back? The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics can help.
Call to learn more about this exciting natural way to deal with chronic joint pain.
Don't put it off. Call QC Kinetics. Restorative regenerative solutions with no downtime and lasting results.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love. There's a new natural solution that patients are raving about.
QC Kinetics.
Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmitt Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics. 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. QC Kinetics. 333-9517.
Over the train tracks, it's 3-0 Atlanta.
Congratulations to the Atlanta Braves.
Is this happening? It is. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
We are the home of the Braves, ESPN Asheville.
At Ingles, we're proud to partner with so many athletics organizations to bring you the very best of everything sports have to offer. And we're also proud to bring so many great game day options to you crazy fans out there. Like the best meat in town, crisp, fresh produce, ice-cold beverages, and more. Whether you're loading up for that road trip or preparing for the homestand, we've got you covered. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I am Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
Tank Tide. Jeremy Tide. We are back here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, and we are playing Beat the Chief, brought to you by Clarissa Marshall of eXp Realty. Check her out at clarissasellswnc.com. We've got 2 disagreements so far. I am taking the Detroit Lions plus the 11.5 against the Cleveland Browns. And Jeremy's on the other side of that one, obviously. You and the Chief are on the side of the Cleveland Browns. I'm on the side of the Detroit Lions. Chief and I are taking the Carolina Panthers minus 3.5 against the Washington football team. Jeremy is just not a believer, which translates to Jeremy's just a hater, and you can go on with your Cam Newton hatred.
Nope, not a hater. Just you watched one too many Disney movies. That's all I'm going to tell you.
The Baltimore Ravens are at the Chicago Bears. 1 o'clock start. The Baltimore Ravens are a 4.5-point favorite. Frankly, I think that number's way too low. I can't.
This has gotten to 4.5 because that's not the number I have.
That was the number on Bet Us this morning.
I'll look.
All right.
You do what you do.
Do it. You just do what you do.
I don't really care what this number is. So.
Right. The Chicago Bears are not good at stopping the run. What's the one thing the Baltimore Ravens really like to do? Keep the ball on the ground. I don't know how they're going to stop Lamar Jackson.
It's 6.
It's 6 now?
I thought your number was off.
Okay.
It's 6.
All right. It changes nothing for me. I thought it was terribly too low, and now I think it's moderately too low. To me, the Baltimore Ravens are the stronger team here. They got embarrassed last Thursday against the Miami Dolphins. The Bears can't replicate what the Miami Dolphins did to them. I don't believe that they have the personnel.
Oh, they can 100% replicate that. The problem is that I think now you've had 10 days to see that. Baltimore is rather perturbed, I would say is the nice way to put this. I will tell you this. Vegas is strongly on Chicago. I am not. I'm taking Baltimore. Chief Zach is taking Baltimore. It sounds adamantly like you're taking Baltimore.
Oh, absolutely. I'm all over Baltimore minus the 6 on this one. And I don't even really care, but it makes it worse for Chicago knowing that Khalil Mack is officially done.
I expected him to not play in this game, so that doesn't really do anything for me.
Right.
I do think Justin Fields will be successful in this game.
Okay.
Really aggressive defenses like that. This will go one of two ways. He's either going to be a nightmare or he's going to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I would lean to the pretty good, but unless this is above a touchdown, there's no way that I see Baltimore losing to 2 teams that I think are this bad in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Who scores? That's my question. Who scores for Chicago?
Oh, there are a slew of people that can score. Allen Robinson's is apparently not going to play in this game.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't really mean anything to me.
Right. He hasn't been a real featured part of that offense this year anyway.
Really mean much to me. I think Justin Fields will be fine. I'm on Baltimore, though.
Okay. New Orleans Saints at the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is probably my favorite pick of the week.
Your favorite pick of the week?
This is probably my favorite pick of the week.
Philadelphia is a 2-point favorite at home. The Saints, they have history on their side because they have a head coach who's just not susceptible to losing streaks like other coaches are. They've lost 2 in a row already. They have not lost 3 in a row since they lost the first 3 games of the season in 2016.
And here would be my argument to that. How many of those seasons did you have Drew Brees instead of Trevor Siemian?
Bingo. You do. Miles Sanders coming back for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I think he adds something.
He's got to.
I think he adds something. I like him a lot this week.
There is no doubt in my mind that Miles Sanders is the best running back on this team. They refuse to give him the ball at the start of the season. Then he gets hurt. Then they find this triple option, I don't even know what you want to call it, this, 3-headed running attack that they've had with Boston Scott and Jordan Howard and Jalen Hurts. I think Miles Sanders adds something to this team, and I got Philadelphia covering at home.
As do I. We're actually clean sweep on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
This has letdown game written all over it to me. All over it. I just don't see. I feel like New Orleans defense is going to be on the field for an extended period of time in this game. I do not like New Orleans outside. Never have. It wasn't a Drew Brees thing. It's this team thing.
Right.
I don't like the way this sets up for them. And I'm starting to really believe in Philadelphia because they found how – it's just like Lamar Jackson. Did I like Lamar Jackson when he came to the league? No. But you found a system that worked for him, and now this is working for Jalen Hurts because he's so multiple. This is just an offense that you do not see offenses that look like this very often. And so you give me an offense that's very listless anyway, and now I know I'm not going to have the ball a lot. I'm out. Philadelphia.
Yep. Philadelphia, they are due for a win at home, 0-4 so far this year at home. It's got to happen eventually, and they will get the win here, in my opinion. We're all on Philadelphia minus the 2 over the New Orleans Saints. The Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. This would be a great spot had Derrick Henry still been around for this.
Oh, and by the way, Alvin Kamara's out for the Eagles Saints game. They just ruled him out 15 minutes ago.
Done. That's the nail in the coffin.
It gets very listless without Kamara.
Right. Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans. Unfortunately, of course, still no Derrick Henry. Houston's bad against the run, so Deontay Foreman, if you got him in fantasy, you can fire him up this week.
And that's fine. I'm more on A.J. Brown. I think this is Houston is going to do whatever they want to do. I do not, for the life of me, understand how Houston's supposed to go on the road and keep this within 10. Yeah, this has trap game written all over it. You had the Saints last week. The Titans' schedule's getting ready to stiffen. It doesn't really stiffen up, but I can't remember who they play. They play somebody next week. That's one of the better games left on their schedule. I don't care. It's Tennessee.
Yeah, easily. Tennessee gets after the quarterback very well. Houston is not good at anything. I think they will put all the pressure on Tyrod Taylor, and you got nobody. You got nobody to turn to. This is just a talentless team in Houston.
It's very bad.
Tennessee minus the 10. Didn't even think about it twice.
I didn't either.
Chiefs on Titans as well?
Yes.
The Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings. NFC North Division matchup. And it's only a 1-point spread. I'm trying to figure out why. Is it just because it's a division matchup? And because it's a must-have game for Minnesota if they want to stay in the playoff picture?
I think people believe this is going to be a shootout. And you look at just Devontae Adams. You got no Aaron Jones. That's kind of the safety valve. I understand why people are on Minnesota, but I'm not.
No.
I still get Aaron Rodgers. So I just don't care. No Danielle Hunter. It changes that defense completely to me. Okay, Patrick Peterson's supposed to be back. Do I really think he's going to slow down Devontae Adams?
No. Not a chance.
And I don't think they missed this line by much. I just think it's too low. I would have had this at about – to me, this is one of those that should be right at a field goal because I think that's about what this ends up at.
I think this could be a double-digit game. It's hard for me to imagine it not being a double-digit spread. I'm on Green Bay minus the 1. That defense, there's just something to that defense. We all thought it was going to be season over for the defense. There was going to be, this was going to have to all be on Aaron Rodgers' shoulders. And even though there's no Jair Alexander, the Packers' defense has been playing better. And they haven't allowed a score in 6 quarters of football now. I think Minnesota's going to have a real tough time against this Green Bay defense. Green Bay minus the 1 all around.
Yes. I actually think this is one of the better games of the week. I do. I think this game will be close throughout. The no Jair Alexander is going to let Justin Jefferson do Justin Jefferson-y things. So this game will be closer than you seem to be making it.
Okay.
I never had a thought of this being double digits or anything like that. I would have had this about a field goal. I could see this being Mason Crosby kicks a 45-yard field goal as we walk off.
If this comes down to Mason Crosby, I'm terrified.
You shouldn't be.
Really?
No. You shouldn't be.
I mean, he's only made 5 of his
dome.
last 12.
Yeah, this is in a dome.
Yeah, but it hasn't been. It hasn't been his accuracy. It's been the bad snaps and all of that.
Or 3 of those misses were in Cincinnati, which is in the middle of a tornado.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that does kind of matter. And a couple of the others were in Green Bay. You ever been to Green Bay? It's awful cold in Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And he's 40 years old. I'm not worried at all about Mason Crosby in a dome.
Okay. Not worried at all. All right, let's get weird.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
Always do love going down to Florida for the weird stories. Christopher Callan, 33 years old, has been charged with assault. Don't do crimes.
Don't do crimes.
Don't do crimes. You know when it's important not to do crimes?
All the time.
After you already did crimes. Yeah.
Double crimes.
He is charged with assault. He assaulted his quote-unquote roommate, according to the story. His roommate, they were roommates in the Monroe County Detention Center, so he's already in jail. He decided, he had just had enough with his roommate, couldn't get along with the guy who was in the cell with him, and so he beat him up. The guy was cleaning the toilet one day, and all of a sudden, Callan started punching him in the face and in the ribs. The guy lost 2 teeth. He had a broken rib and a bruised left eye. And when they interviewed the guy and said, "Why did you attack your roommate?" he simply said, "He farts too much, and he's stinking up the cell, and he doesn't even give me a courtesy flush when he uses the facility."
It really bothers me that we have 2 poo stories in this.
I knew you had one, and I had to find one. No, I just found this, and I went, that's pretty funny right there. Because I'll tell you what, there are a couple of times living in this little tiny cube with you where crimes may need to happen.
Yeah, let me put it this way. You're making that sound in a direction that it does not usually go.
Oh, you're wrong.
I am not wrong.
You are wrong.
I am in no way wrong.
It's easily 60-40 on you.
I'm going to disagree for the square.
Mm-hmm.
A group of British farmers are turning cow poo into cow power. In the form of AA-sized batteries. The rechargeable batteries could be one part of Britain's renewable energy solution, as 1 kilogram of cow excrement produces 3.75 kilowatts of electricity. For posterity's sake, that is enough to power a vacuum cleaner for 5 hours or do 3.5 hours of ironing.
Okay.
This is one of the weirdest stories I've ever heard in my life.
Uh-huh.
The dairy cooperative Arla developed the batteries with battery expert GP Batteries, and they claim the energy created from the waste of 1 cow could power 3 households for a year.
Huh.
That is insane to me.
That's a lot of dung.
That's a lot of cow.
Mm-hmm. Batteries.
Mm-hmm. I am not a big fan of puns. Just throwing that out there. So that was the part of the story that I went, do I have to tell that? Because that really irks me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fun with wordplay kind of guy.
Unbelievable. Poo batteries. Cincinnati takes on the Las Vegas Raiders in a 4:05 game in the NFL in Week 12.
I am thoroughly interested to see which side of this game you're on.
You know which side of this game I'm on.
I know you are.
It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders. One of these teams I still believe in, the other one I don't. And the Cincinnati Bengals are the one that I still believe in. I don't care that it's on the road at the Las Vegas Raiders. I do not care.
And that's why I do care.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of these teams can consistently beat the other's offensive line? It's the Raiders.
Oh, I would say that would be
Max
Raiders.
Crosby.
Yeah, Max Crosby.
Yeah, I'm on the Raiders side of this, and I have a funny feeling that this is going to be the torture ticket.
Okay.
Just we won't decide that until Sunday because we'll do the Sunday show at 11 a.m. We can get a little more, and now you won't be here.
Yeah.
So it will be just me.
So you'll get to decide on which one.
It will be me and an unknown person
right.
If you would like to come be my co-host for that. I'm trying to get my wife to do it, and she is secretly out.
Right. No, I'm on Cincinnati to win this game. To me, the Las Vegas Raiders, I said a couple of weeks ago, I believe that they're fool's gold, and I just don't know what they have left. And I don't know that they can keep up on the scoreboard.
I don't buy Zach Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
and I never have.
Mm-hmm.
I firmly believe if this game was in Cincinnati, I'd be taking Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
I think these two teams are the same team. And the one big difference is that I can get after your quarterback, and I don't really like your chances of getting after mine.
Mm-hmm.
I think both teams will be able to run. I think both teams will be able to pass. I really like the over in this game. At the end of the day, the one matchup that I can't figure out, I know who's going to defend Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know who is going to defend Darren Waller. I don't know how you're going to stop him.
Right.
I have Casey Hayward to put on Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that's a plus matchup for me, but it's way better for me than most teams that have lined up against him. You have nothing for Darren Waller.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that. You want to put Chidivia Woodsy on him? Cool. There are 3 receivers in the NFL that have 7 receptions 3 weeks in a row. Cooper Kupp, Hunter Renfrow.
Mm-hmm.
I've already forgotten the last one. We did this
it
earlier.
was Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin. I was looking at you going, why am I supposed to be looking at your face right now?
Yeah, Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin. That's it. I like this Raiders team, and I think they're going to win this game.
Okay. All right, I'll be on Cincinnati. You're on Vegas.
Chief Zach is on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes, he is, because he's a very, very smart man. Although his record doesn't really reflect that this year, but it's okay.
He's not far behind us, so I wouldn't...
He was the winner last year, and that will be good enough. How far behind is he? 4 games.
Yeah,
He's 4 games.
Yeah.
4 games behind me, 3 games behind you.
Yes.
So, Chief and I are on Cincinnati. You're on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks. They have already determined that DeAndre Hopkins will be out for this game. Kyler Murray is a true game-time decision, we're being told. I think eventually he will be back, and I think this is the week. Going up against Russell Wilson, and I get everybody's on this Russell Wilson revenge narrative thing. Oh, he got shut out for the first time in his career last week, and it's not going to happen again. No, it's not going to happen again. They will score, but Arizona just got embarrassed on their home field by the Carolina Panthers.
And they can do something about it.
They will bounce back.
They can do something about it. The Seattle Seahawks can't.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kyler Murray's going to play in this game. It would nominally change my opinion if he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It tells me a lot that he said, I'm real close.
Yeah.
They need this game. This is a division game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking the Arizona Cardinals.
I am too. Arizona -2. If it were a bigger number, I might think about it, because playing in Seattle is tough with the home crowd and all that. But I don't think it really matters.
I don't care about that. That defense is brutally bad.
Mm-hmm. And the Arizona Cardinals, they're going to be able to get after Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's one thing that the Green Bay Packers did really well last week, was get pressure on Russ. I think he'll still be uncomfortable. To me, it's the Cardinals, and it's not close.
I think something is very off with Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Watching him against Green Bay last week, he looks to still be hurt. Russell Wilson has to be Superman for this team to not to be the worst team in this division by a mile.
Mm-hmm.
If it was Chris Streveler, that might change my mind a little bit,
Right.
but I think it's going to be Kyler Murray. Chief David Zach on the Seattle Seahawks.
All right. Really?
Yep.
Really? Okay. All right. So
Vegas also on the Seattle Seahawks for what it's worth. I think that is a projection that Kyler Murray doesn't play. If he does play, even if he's only 75%, I do not understand how you could possibly be on Seattle.
Yeah. The Dallas Cowboys at the Kansas City Chiefs. There's been a lot of talk. Could this be a Super Bowl preview for this year? Let's slow that roll just a little bit. I mean, I'm a believer in the Dallas Cowboys being a Super Bowl contender. There's no doubt to me they're one of the best teams in the NFC. Kansas City, we know what they're capable of. We've seen it over the last 3 years. However, last week was just one. Can you put back-to-back performances together.
I'm really, really curious to see how you pick this game. Because this is the other one that I thought could very easily be the torture ticket.
Mm-hmm. I'm on the Kansas City Chiefs.
I knew it! Dallas Cowboys! How about them Cowboys?
Kansas City Chiefs. I think they will cover the 2.5 at home. And I know their defense is not good. The Kansas City Chiefs.
That is putting it mildly.
The Kansas City defense has not been good. However, they have been playing better the last few weeks. Amari Cooper is going to be out for this game.
You've been playing better against Jordan Love. One of those two games was against a player that should not be in this league.
Sure.
And last week, just think about this. How different would that game have been if Deshaun Jackson doesn't just randomly fumble on the 10-yard line?
Mm-hmm.
They're not playing that much better. It just kind of rolled downhill last week.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about this for 5 seconds. I think they are going to smoke Kansas City. And people are going to lose their minds.
There's no lightning in the bottle here.
How are you going to stop CeeDee Lamb?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally, how on God's green earth do you think they're going to stop him? Oh, we'll put Tyrann Mathieu on him. Okay, well, how are you going to stop Dalton Schultz, the run game?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to run it down their throat.
Okay.
Okay, you want to see them, guys? Hey, watch this. Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard are going to eat them alive.
Mm-hmm.
This reminds me of when Dallas went to New England. The one difference, I don't think that Kansas City can stop them in the red zone. Oh, but there's no Amari Cooper. Well, Amari Cooper is a disaster on the road anyway, so I really do not care.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Gallup, probably my favorite play in fantasy football this week. He will be high owned if you're a DraftKings player, and I don't care.
All right.
I'm all the way in. Dallas Cowboys. Chief David, Zach, and I are both on the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. Keep it going at home. That's the thing. They're at home. You're at home after a big win on the road. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If there is magic here, it's going to continue.
It's going to be very windy in this game, by the way. Just throwing that out.
Think Trayvon Diggs is going to get number 9?
Yes, I do. And I think it very well might go all the way back to the house.
Very well could. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Los Angeles Chargers. As Jeremy said earlier in the program, TJ Watt's gone. Who else is gone?
Joe Hayden and Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yep. So you're taking away all the defensive firepower.
I have a funny feeling this is going to be a clean sweep.
Los Angeles Chargers, -6.
Clean sweep.
Yeah. You got nothing on the defensive side of the ball, and this is a Los Angeles Chargers team that has now found themselves behind the Kansas City Chiefs in their division.
This is a game that they need desperately.
Yes. You have to hold serve at home. You have to keep up with the Kansas City Chiefs, and they very well could be sitting in first place at the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Kansas City, I'm picking them to win. I'm picking them to cover. But there's a good chance that they won't. I do love the Dallas Cowboys. And then the Monday Night Football this week. You got the New York Giants down in Tampa Bay to take on Tom Brady. I'm going to let you pick this one first.
Of course you are.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not falling victim to this.
You're not going to do it.
I'm not doing this. I'm not going to be the one that falls victim to this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Tampa Bay -10.5.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to take New York. I really do. Because I think you're going to struggle with Daniel Jones.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think they're going to be able to run it at all. That makes them completely one-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming off a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Tom off a bye week and a loss in the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And a long week. Oh, yeah, this has every setup for Giants scattered, smothered, and covered. I'm taking the Bucs
just going to beat the crap out of them. I'm on the New York Giants.
Oh,
I'm taking
gracious.
the Giants. That is where I'm falling in on this because look, we don't cover
spreads well.
We don't cover. We're 3-6 against the spread this season, and it's even worse when you break down the numbers on prime time.
Yeah, here's the difference. How many of those games are you coming off a horrendous loss?
Oh, I understand.
This one you're coming off a horrendous loss. Chief David, Zach, and I are both on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers -10.5.
Mm-hmm. I also put some wager on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week.
Oh, can we make that the torture ticket? Because I feel like I get you twice. Like now you don't even get to be happy that your team won by 605.
Right. All right, so there it is. We are differing on 6 games this week. I'm taking the New York Giants plus the 10.5. I'm also taking the Detroit Lions as a big underdog at plus 11.5. We got Carolina, Cincinnati, Arizona, and Kansas City games, all differing this week. We shall see how it all turns out. Now, it's time. Are you ready?
It's time.
Are you ramped up?
It's time
to
make all the money.
To give out all the money here on ESPN Asheville. Green on Green, your underdogs coming up next.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Traffic stop and go 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue. Future 26 eastbound stop and go between Riverside Drive and 240. 26 eastbound slow between I-40 and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Again, 26 eastbound is stop and go between Long Shoals Road and Airport Road. 26 westbound stop and go between Hendersonville Road and the French Broad River. 40 westbound in Haywood County, stop and go between Fines Creek Road and Harmon Den Road. Sweeten Creek Road southbound, stop and go approaching the Blue Ridge Parkway to Mills Gap Road, and Sweeten Creek Road northbound approaching Mills Gap Road, also very busy. Hendersonville Road southbound, stop and go between Biltmore Forest and Overlook Road. Hendersonville Road north and southbound, stop and go between Long Shoals Road and Mills Gap Road. And on Brevard Road north and southbound, delays between Clayton Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway near the North Carolina Arboretum. I'm Lynn Benfield with your Time Saver Traffic.
From the DuckDuckGo for Privacy Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Zips Car Wash. Fall weather and cooler temps won't get you down when you've got a free wash in your pocket. For a limited time, wash at any Zips Car Wash location and receive a second wash of the same type for free. Bring on the rain, wind, and snow. Your clean ride is just a zip away. Hurry, offer available for a limited time only.
At Napa, when it comes to serving you, their motor never quits. From next day delivery to curbside pickup to getting involved with local communities. Get the parts you need when you need them. That's Napa know-how.
Hey guys, I'm Ziggy, your local Philly girl, owner of Ziggy's Bakery and Deli. I've created a traditional northern deli with only the most authentic cheesesteaks outside of Philadelphia, served with provolone, white American, or Cheese Whiz. Our other classic deli sandwiches are made with the best quality meats and cheeses, available sliced by the pound. Join us for breakfast for house-made bagels with our custom cream cheeses. Or for something heartier, try a pork roll, egg, and cheese or house-cured lox. Ziggy's Bakery and Deli, in the corner of Asheville Commons, 1550 Hendersonville Road, open 8 to 3, Tuesday through Saturday.
Here in Beer City, we take homegrown seriously. And since 2012, Wicked Weed Brewing has been pushing the boundaries of the industry. They've not only created staples like the Freak of Nature Double IPA, the Lieutenant Dank, and Pernicious, but they also opened the first sour beer tap room on the East Coast. Wicked Weed has also supported our local community to the tune of $1.6 million with the Beers That Build program. Visit one of their 4 locations, schedule a brewery tour, or place an order for pickup or delivery. WickedWeedBrewing.com.
Coffee's for closers only. Get them the money.
Then when you get the money, you get the power.
That watch costs more than your car.
Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
It's my favorite time every single week. It's time for all of my favorite. Underdog. Speed of lightning, roar of thunder. The Texas Longhorns are a 2.5-point dog at my West Virginia Mountaineers. Texas is coming off the worst loss in program history, and the noise around Austin has to be deafening. Here's the good thing. They get away from it. They go to West Virginia to take on a team that is completely dependent on Letty Brown. It makes it way easier to game plan them. I like Casey Thompson better than Jared Dagey. Hook 'em plus 2.5. Oregon's a 2.5-point dog at Utah. I do not for the life of me understand what you're looking at. This is a Utah team that struggled with Arizona, who quite possibly might be the worst FBS Power 5 team I've ever seen in my life. This will be close for a half, and that's it. Oregon gets them. Give me the Ducks plus 2.5. Virginia's a 14.5-point dog at Pittsburgh. We're approaching the holidays, and I'm on the team it's New Year's Eve every single day. Odd leg side, I'm taking Virginia plus 14.5. Brennan Armstrong's going to play in this game. He's not sitting 2 weeks in a row, and that makes this line wrong. Shootout over 66.5. Give me Virginia. Virginia, Texas, 7.5-point dog at Miami of Florida, and that's stupid. I've told you this 100 times. When the bad coach gets fired, what happens? You get 1 week of a big emotional groundswell of us versus them, and that's what's going to happen with Virginia Tech. Miami is not good. They quit on Manny Diaz. They got beat by Florida State last week, and I'm going to be honest with you. Virginia Tech's just flat out better, and I'm catching 7 in the hook. Oh, but they're in Florida. I don't care. They'll bull them out of the building. Give me the Hokies. Finally, UAB is a 4.5-point dog at UTSA. This is where it all ends. This is where we go. The Roadrunner gets it this week. Give me UAB plus 4.5. I'll take them in the money line. They win outright.
Yeah. BetUs.com, BetUS.com. Use the promo code Sportsocracy. Get that 125% deposit bonus when you use the promo code Sportsocracy, and they will do that up to $2,500.
And now it's the money-making time. If you're not big into risk, if you just take the underdogs I've given you in the money line, SMU, Texas, UAB, Virginia Tech, Oregon, Wake Forest, that takes $10 and turns it into almost $5,000 in a 6-way parlay.
Wow.
At BetUs.com, promo code Sportsocracy. But if you're like me and you like to live a little dangerously,
it's like Billy Mays over here.
10-team parlay. But wait, there's more.
Exactly.
You can go 10-team parlay. Texas plus 110 in the money line. Boston College minus 1.5. Wake Forest plus 4.5. Oklahoma minus 3.5. SMU, UAB, Virginia Tech, and Oregon in the money line. UCLA minus the 3. Auburn minus the 7.5. And that will take 10, that's all, $10 US, and turn it into $30,000.
He is insane. He's just dropping money from the sky.
Flex
Hopefully.
Seal, OxyClean. I love it. Let's go.
And the slap chop. Don't forget the slap chop.
No, it's a different guy. That's a different guy. That's not Billy Mays.
He was better, though. He was better.
Billy Mays was better.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a great money-making weekend.
Let's
I think
hope so.
the college football slate is fantastic. The NFL slate, you're going to start seeing things differentiate. The cream's going to rise to the top. This is going to be a phenomenal weekend of football. I need a nap now.
It is indeed. And Jeremy will be with you on Sunday morning to get you ready for the fantasy football day.
With a mystery guest host who we still have not figured out.
Mm-hmm. I will be out of town this weekend doing some youth football stuff up at the Rocky Top Tournament in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We will be back here, though, together, reunited, and it feels so good on Monday afternoon. And don't forget, 10 a.m. Monday morning as well. We'll recap each and every game from the NFL weekend. Have a great one.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Unseasonably cool for us again Saturday. A little milder with more seasonable readings for Sunday as a cold front approaches. We could see some rain heading into Sunday night. Clear skies cold tonight, mid-20s. Mix of clouds and sunshine Saturday. Highs tomorrow in the low 50s. Mostly cloudy, milder, upper 50s Sunday. Chance of rain Sunday night. Windy and colder for the start of Thanksgiving week. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Churches.
Churches is adding Applewood smoked Texas cut bacon to our all-white meat chicken sandwich. Yep, these two are best flavors forever. Try our new Texas cut bacon chicken sandwiches today. Churches, bringing that down-home flavor. Offer valid at participating locations.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Traffic stop and go 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue. Future 26 eastbound stop and go between Riverside Drive and 240. 26 eastbound slow between I-40 and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Again, 26 eastbound is stop and go between Long Shoals Road and Airport Road. 26 westbound stop and go between Hendersonville Road and the French Broad River. 40 westbound in Haywood County, stop and go between Fines Creek Road and Harmon Den Road.
From the DuckDuckGo for Privacy Traffic Center.